It's a heavy burden to be someone's inspiration, especially when the person you once meant everything to becomes unrecognizable in their next chapter. That's the story so many fans believe they witnessed with Justin Bieber. When he was with Selena Gomez, he seemed full of life, emotionally invested, almost poetic in how he expressed his love. But when he married Hailey Baldwin, a different version of Justin took the stage. Quieter, emotionally distant, and often unreadable. It's a contrast that sparked countless questions and theories online. How can the same person be so intensely devoted in one relationship and seem so detached in another? What changed? To understand that shift, we have to go back to where it all began. When Justin and Selena first entered each other's lives, they were both rising stars. He, the teenage heartthrob dominating music charts, and she, the wholesome Disney actress with a rapidly growing fan base. Their paths crossed when they were barely out of childhood, and yet their connection quickly took center stage. Before they even became a couple, they spoke with admiration about one another, always dancing around the idea of something more. When they finally confirmed their relationship, the world was watching, and they didn't disappoint. Justin was, at that time, the definition of a romantic. He planned elaborate dates, like renting out a stadium just so the two of them could enjoy a private movie night. That gesture, more than anything, symbolized how deeply he felt for her. He wasn't afraid to go big, to make grand declarations of love, even with the world's eyes on them. Publicly, they were inseparable, always photographed hand in hand, laughing, whispering to each other during events, completely absorbed in their own world. Even when their relationship went through rocky phases, and there were many, Justin still carried a sense of devotion. He would post about her on social media, talk about her in interviews, and even reference her in his music. Songs like Nothing Like Us and Heartbreaker weren't just catchy. They were raw diary entries, emotional confessions set to music. And while their relationship had its flaws, including rumors of infidelity and emotional strain, one thing was clear. He felt deeply for her. When Selena went through her life-saving kidney transplant, Justin was right there. He showed up not just physically, but emotionally. There were reports of him attending therapy with her, checking in, and genuinely trying to be present during one of the hardest moments in her life. Their reunion in 2017 wasn't just about nostalgia, it seemed like a real attempt at healing. Fans hoped this time it would last, but it didn't. By early 2018, they had parted ways once again, and this time, it felt final. What happened next was a whirlwind. Within months, Justin reconnected with Hailey Baldwin, a former flame and longtime friend, and almost immediately, things escalated. They were engaged, then married, all within the same year. From the outside, it looked sudden, too sudden. It was hard not to feel like he was running from something rather than running to someone. And as the honeymoon phase faded, so did the public affection that fans were used to seeing from Justin. The romantic gestures that defined his relationship with Selena were noticeably absent in his marriage. In fact, moments captured on camera sometimes painted an uncomfortable picture. Hailey waiting behind as Justin walked ahead, him shutting a car door without noticing she hadn't gotten in yet, or visibly annoyed expressions when she tried to interact with him in public. While it's unfair to judge a relationship solely by snapshots and clips, the difference in energy was hard to ignore. And then there was the music. With Selena, his songs were layered with emotion. Every lyric dripped with vulnerability and longing. Post-marriage, the tone changed. Some tracks attempted to highlight the beauty of commitment and faith, but they lacked the emotional punch fans were used to. Critics began pointing out that newer songs felt more like someone trying to be in love than someone who truly was. The connection felt more manufactured than magnetic. Social media only amplified the contrast. While he had once written heartfelt captions and shared candid moments with Selena, his posts with Hailey often felt more obligatory than intimate. And over time, even those became infrequent. When Hailey posted about him, it was usually loving and supportive. But when Justin acknowledged her, it was often through vague spiritual quotes or casual shout-outs, not the deeply personal declarations fans once saw from him. What makes this even more complicated is Justin's emotional state. He's opened up about dealing with anxiety, depression, and the trauma of growing up in the spotlight. He's spoken about feeling like he lost himself in fame and how that affected his relationships. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe the passionate young man we saw with Selena didn't disappear because of Hailey, but because Justin himself changed, because life wore him down, because fame took its toll. But still, fans can't help but notice that when he speaks about Selena, even now, it feels more genuine. more heartfelt. And when he references her in indirect ways, like liking posts that mention her or sharing lyrics that seem pointed, people wonder if he ever truly moved on. Some have even speculated that his emotional wounds never fully healed, and that marrying Hailey was a way of finding stability, not necessarily passion. That's not to say Hailey hasn't tried. She's shown up, supported him during his mental health battles, stuck by him through controversies and health scares, but the emotional reciprocity seems off. She gives, and often he appears to pull away. Whether it's his internal struggles or lingering feelings for someone else, the connection feels lopsided at times. There are moments where he seems to forget she's even there. As the years go by, the contrast only becomes more apparent. Justin used to light up when talking about love. Now, he often looks tired, disconnected, almost haunted. And while it's natural for people to change as they grow, it's still hard not to wonder if the love that once made him glow is the same love he left behind. In the end, this isn't just about two relationships, it's about the evolution of a person under pressure, about how love can shape and break us, and about what happens when we try to replace something unforgettable with something safe. Maybe Justin didn't mean to show up differently for Hailey. Maybe he simply no longer had that same fire to give. But one thing remains clear: the way he loved Selena was rare, raw, and unforgettable. And no matter how far he runs from it, that part of him still lingers, both in the music and in the memories he never quite seems able to leave behind.